Yo, what is good, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy Blank back here today, back on BO3, here with MX Grand in hand. Today here, you already know what the deal is. It's that time of the month where I talk about what videos I have coming up and when you expect them to be released. So, there's going to be some minor changes for when the Resident Evil 4 playthrough is going to be released. I'll talk more in detail about that shortly. Going off of that, I'm going to be announcing a new playthrough series that's going to be starting here on the channel this month. So, let's get into it, shall we? So, the second video you could expect to be released on February 16th. That is going to be a Black Ops 4 video with commentary over it. And then the third video is going to be released on February 23rd. That is going to be the new series, Dying Light 2, starting here on this channel this month. So, some of you are going to be asking what's going to be happening with the Resident Evil 4 playthrough. Basically, I'm going to break it down for y'all. This is what's going to happen. Basically, every other month, I'm going to be having a Resident Evil 4 video, since I'm going to be starting this month the new Dying Light series. And that's basically, really it. Nothing really too major, just going to have basically every other month Resident Evil 4 is going to be continuing up until it's finished. And then once I'm done with Dying Light 2, I'm going to be starting with Resident Evil 5. So I just want to give you all a heads up and let y'all know what was going down. So now let's go into what class setup I'm using here for MX Grand. And the class setup that I'm using here on this MX Grand is Suppressor. Now, usually speaking, I wouldn't use the Suppressor, especially on a gun such as this. The only reason why I decided to do so is just purely due to the fact that I wanted to stay off the minimap each and every time I wanted to get a new magazine when I was low. And for me, my site of choice was Elo. Now, you really can't go wrong with any site, as long as you're not using thermal, in which case you're a freak of nature. And for my second attachment, I decided to go with High Caliber and extended mags. And for equipment, as you can see, I was using C4. And then for perks, I went with Afterburner, which is usually and always my number one. I can't recall a time where I wasn't using Afterburner. And then scavenger for my second, just for the sake of replenishing not only my ammo for the MX Grand, but also my C4. And then lastly, I decided to use tactical mask, but you can honestly probably get away with not using tactical mask and then have like an RK5 in your back pocket or any pistol of your choosing if you decided to do so. Now with that out of the way, talking about not just only this weapon, but really just semi-automatics in general in Call of Duty, I've always really liked them. They were always very satisfying to use for me. I've just like really fell in love with them, especially in the older Call of Duties where they had no sort of like fire cap on them. I loved using old semi-automatics like the FAL Black Ops 2. Very fun to use, especially when I was using the target finder and rapid fire and select fire on that thing. Great stuff. And also the MK14 from Modern Warfare 3. That was also very fun semi-automatic to use in an older Call of Duty. And for me, going off of that, like this is one of the very few weapons that gives me trouble due to the drawbacks that I was talking about before. There's only a couple things I would change about this weapon. The first being is not the weapon itself, but the extended mags attachment. Like, it's not really worth it to run extended mags on this weapon, purely due to the fact that you're only getting like 4 or 5 more bullets at most. Like, for me, if I was going to really use extended mags, I would probably end up, like, if I could buff it, I would change the extended mags to, instead of giving you 12 to, like, 16 or 20, to make it more worth it your while. And then, if I could, even though this would probably make the MX Grand overpowered, I'd make it to where it could, basically not have to have you empty out an entire magazine so you could get a new one. But, they obviously had to balance it out somehow, since this thing really doesn't have a fire recap. You could honestly almost make this thing a very slow firing SMG if your trigger finger is good enough. And like, this is one of the weapons where people would say, like, way back in the day, like, people would always complain about overpowered DLC weapons. Like, obviously hindsight is 2020, especially back in the old days of Black Ops 3 when like supply drops were just first going, and like we didn't have the ability to get supply drops easily. Like, we had to basically just buy them, or we're like grind super hard for the crates, for the crypto keys, which were way slower to get way back when. And like, honestly, the only like worthy, so to speak, DLC weapon being worthy of claimed of an overpowered one is maybe the MXC. But personally for me, like, it's not bad MXC, but it has way more competition than, you know, some older Call of Duties like Black Ops 4 with the Reaver, or something like the VMP, which doesn't have a lot of competition in Call of Duty like BO4. Like, the MXC has so much competition in this game that could fight against it, like the Man of War, the M8, the Vesper. Like, honestly, I could just go on and on. Let me know down in the comments section below whether or not you like this weapon, or like what's your favorite DLC weapon in this game if you have one. I'm greatly interested to hear about that down below. Personally for me, if I had to choose a DLC weapon that would be my favorite, it'd probably be between the nail gun and then trying to think of the other weapon. I'd probably say then the FFAR, just for the sake of nostalgia. I've always loved, you know, old weapons that come back from other previous Call of Duties like Black Ops 1 and whatnot. So with that out of the way, you guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, I'd greatly appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button by clicking on the bell icon, and then you click on personalize instead of all, so YouTube doesn't find what you get from me and when you get it from me. And if you know anybody that knows or likes Call of Duty, be sure to show them this video. I'd really appreciate it. And with that out of the way, go check out some other videos. Peace. Have yourselves a damn good one, and I'm out of here.